friends. So we are here to talk about our Civics 3 lesson, which regards learning targeted noting the rights and responsibilities of good citizen and how the Bill of Rights protects citizens' rights. As always, remember that you can pause and rewind as you need, so that way you can have appropriate understanding. And it may be helpful to have something to write with and write on, but we are doing another digital graphic organizer. Like always, this can be found when you scroll under this video, and you will be filling this out using the information in the video and in that information link at the top of that graphic organizer. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So what is a citizen? A citizen is a person who's a legal member of a country, but you can also talk about citizens in terms of states as well. Like I am a North Carolina citizen, I am a United States citizen, I am a citizen of Durham County. Citizens have rights, responsibilities, and privileges. We're going to be looking mostly at those rights and responsibilities this time. So what are some things that good citizens do? Well, the first one is that they obey the law. So in terms of speed limit, all sorts of laws. There's examples in that information text. Good citizens vote. So that is a right that U.S. citizens can start to exercise when they turn 18. You can vote in local elections, state elections, and national elections. It's important to make sure that your voice is heard. They may be a community service member, so somebody that services the community, such as firefighters or police. They volunteer. They're helping those around them. And they're informed. They know about local issues. They understand the voting process. They understand that whole election process as well. And then they get involved, whether it be in the political sphere, whether it be with helping their community. But they are involved, in their community and their political life. All right, so the Bill of Rights. So the Bill of Rights is the first 10 amendments of the Constitution, and it outlines some of the rights of the United States citizens. This was a huge sticking point in the Second Constitutional Convention because some of the Constitutional Convention delegates were worried that unless rights were specifically spelled out, then the government would start to intrude on these rights. So hence how we have our Bill of Rights, which were the first 10 amendments. There are 27 amendments currently. Remember, an amendment is a change or an addition to the Constitution. All right, so we're going to talk about the Bill of Rights. Briefly, we have 10. In your notes, you're going to note what each one is and then match some scenarios. So the first one guarantees 5 rights. So there's freedom of religion, speech, assembly, petition, and of the press. So basically, the government cannot limit what the press or newspapers do. Like newspaper and news, they can't mandate a religion, and they cannot censor your speech. The government cannot censor your speech. Amendment 2 is the right to bear arms. So citizens are allowed to have guns. Amendment 3, no soldiers will be quartered without consent. This goes back to the Quartering Act. They wanted to make sure that that would never happen again. Amendment 4 protects from unreasonable seizures and searches. So the government can't just come to Ms. Moon's house and say that they're going to search it. They have to have a warrant for it. Amendment 5 protects you from double jeopardy. So once you've had a trial by your peers, you're not allowed to be tried for that same crime again. It's where we get that I plead the fifth. So you don't have to testify against yourself if you choose not to, and it's the right to a fair trial. You'll notice that 5, 6, and 7 all have to do with trials because this was a big point of contention during the Revolutionary War because they were not fair trials when they were still colonies of England, or a vast majority of them were not fair trials. So Amendment 6 is the right to a speedy and public trial with a lawyer. That's why the government will provide you a lawyer if you need one when you are charged with a crime. Amendment 7 is right to have a trial with a jury. It has to be a public trial, so people have to be able to see it. It's not a secret. And you're allowed to have a jury of your peers. Amendment 8, no cruel or unusual punishment. So, for example, they can't say that because of you charging with a crime, they get to pull off all of your fingernails. So there can't be any cruel or unusual punishment. And then Amendment 9 is kind of just like a overarching one that they added that citizens get other rights too. So citizens don't just get these rights in the Bill of Rights, they get other rights too. So this is kind of like a catch-all to make sure that nobody be like, oh, well, this one wasn't in the Bill of Rights, so you don't get that right. And then lastly, Amendment 10, any rights not given to the federal government would be given to the states. This also helps satisfy the idea of federal versus state government and those rights. All right, so go ahead and progress to the assignment for this lesson. Make sure that you're filling in that graphic organizer utilizing the article and the notes. Make sure to share that graphic organizer with me and turn it in so that you can utilize it in our Civics Mastery Check. Go ahead and head on to that assignment now.